My name's Micah Winiata. I'm a junior at Columbia College and I'm majoring in producing. There's a lot of roles a producer can take on. For me personally, it's being a creative producer. So it's essentially working in conjunction with a writer, making a story, getting money for it, and essentially kickstarting it off. I was halfway through what we call college, which is high school, and I really wanted to get into like an arts kind of situation, but no one that I knew really wanted to like kickstart films off. So my mum had like a DSLR camera, so I said, hey, can you shoot this and I'll organise it? At a youngish age, I kind of pulled people in and made like a little team and made projects together. So that's probably why I enjoy being a producer. So I have an interest in directing and producing, so kind of two at the same time. So it kind of started off mainly when there's a film competition in New Zealand. It's called the 48-hour film competition. So essentially you just make a film in 2 days. So when I was at the New Zealand Broadcasting School, my previous education with my co-director Mason, we kind of made a little dream team and we just made like a great film in Christchurch, New Zealand, and it kind of went around New Zealand, went to the grand finals, and then we made another one the following year, and then from that we made Faint of Heart. So we kept the same crew, same tight little time frame. We kind of essentially gave ourselves like a month to make this feature film instead of 2 days to make like a short film. So it's kind of like an extrapolation of that competition, and now we've got a feature film out of it. And we can't wait to make the next one. When you get to set, sometimes the producers don't have as much like direct creative control. So that's where my love of directing kind of comes in, because then you can have the best of both worlds essentially. You can produce everything, you can get it all ready, package it with your co-director or your director, and then you can just implement it like how you would want it to be seen, which is just great. I got an internship on a New Zealand soap opera called Shorten Street. So it's kind of a beloved little TV series that's been running for about 27 years. So I got a job on there as a third assistant director, which is really cool. That's like exactly what I wanted to do. So I worked there for a year, and then from there I felt like I knew my time as an assistant director was kind of up. Like I knew I wanted to get into producing, wanted to get into directing. So my previous experience directing like these 48-hour films kind of took over, and I was working on my feature film halfway through working, and that just like pushed me over the edge and say like that's what I thought I wanted to do for the rest of my life essentially. Where do I see myself in 10 years? Well, I want to do a few years in Chicago. I think it's really important culturally to move around, do different cities like I did in New Zealand. But I want to move out to LA and start working on feature films out there. And that's essentially what I want to start getting my career prospects into. And I want to give back to New Zealand eventually. I like coming up and working in conjunction with writers and directors about like their ideas and just making a mishmash of a film with all these ideas, all these values getting pushed around, and then just making my mum proud. I don't know, that's my big goal in life, is to make my mum proud, and I think she's proud so far, but yeah, that's what I like doing.